All right, are we video 3 or 4? Okay, so now I swapped the tanks, and I explained to you later I only have 200 grams in there. I zeroed out the new tank, so we're zeroed out. And of course, the damn apple doesn't want to focus. And let's add 100 grams. So let's look at where we're at. These are line temperatures right here. So we're floating around 80 degrees for the liquid line temperature. See the liquid line right here? This is the liquid line that the mister is attached to, and that's made out of a copper. That's a copper line. And then here's the suction line coming out of the evaporator. We're at 58 degrees right there coming out. We're at 80 degrees on the liquid line feeding it. Let's look at our superheat and subcooling, and we cannot because they're out of range. Oh no, we could look at them over here. And we only could look at superheat because we have no sub. Oh no, we don't have that because we have no high side, because I'm not hooked up to this high side because it has one of those little tiny ports, 5/16. So let's look at our pressures from our cycling. There's our low side clutch cycling right there. We have a high pressure of 37 psi, and it turns off at, come on, get down here, somewhere about 19 psi. And our temperature out the dash is 46 degrees. So let's throw 100 grams in there. 0, sure, 0, 0. Okay, that's okay, there's 60 grams. I'm waiting for the pressure to go down. It's slowly metering it through the valve core that's in there, so it's not going in as a slug, and it got down, it's cycling, so I'll put in some more. There's 80, there's 90. So we're about to have a total of about 310 grams. There we go, 100. So I just threw 100 more grams inside the system. Look at the low side temperature. You see it taking a dive there a little bit because I added 100 grams, which is a little over 3 ounces. And it just made a little dent, a little difference in the dash temperature. And God dang it. There we go. Now I can read that. Totally do not pay attention to the high side because it's not hooked up. Do not pay attention to the superheat. And the subcooling. All right, so let's put another 100 grams in there. And where's our temperature at? Out the dash. Our temperature is from 46 degrees and has went down to 41 degrees. So now we have 300 grams in there, and it's hitting the bottom of 41 degrees. Let's put in another 100 grams. I stopped at 170. I'm gonna let it bleed out through the orifice of the Schrader valve. Cycled off, throw a little more in there. There we go, another 200, 220. So now we have 2, 3, 4, 420. We got about 420, 430 grams in there. And as if you've listened to the fan and the cycling, okay, let's go back and look at you could see our where I added refrigerant at. You could see where I turned on the high side so I could see the superheat. And we went as high as 62 psi when I added in refrigerant. And we're cycling down as low as 25 psi. The clutch cycles off at. Let's add another 100. So now we have 520 grams in there. Let's go back and look at our temperature now. Where's our temperature taking us to? We're still at 41 degrees, 41. So now we're at a point where no matter how much more refrigerant we're adding back in the system, 41 degrees seems to be the cutout point where it cycles the clutch off. So when we were 100 grams less than this, it was 41 degrees. Added another 100 grams, it's still 41 degrees. Let's throw in another 100 grams. So now we have 600 and some grams in there. And our temperature is just starting to get a little lower now. We hit 39 degrees. So we're just starting to hit the 39 degree mark. So from 39 to 41 to 39 roughly. So we made 2 degree change. And let's look back at our pressures. We're only looking at low side pressure. And that's the cycling on and off the clutch and the pressures. Okay, let's throw another 100 grams in there. Let's go back to the temperature. There. So just threw another 100 grams. It's not in yet. It's still slowly going in. A little bit lower there. So we're at 700 grams now. Remember, factory charge on this was 900 grams. Our liquid line is 89 degrees outside. So we're 30 degrees over ambient right now. So for the guys who like sight glasses, looking at sight glasses and they're looking for no bubbles, we're probably close to no bubbles right now. Let's see if I can get down there. A little bit. Still got bubbles in there. For those guys who like to charge by bubbles. Okay, let's add one more. And this, I'm approaching the stopping point on this. I wanted to see. All right. Come on, Apple, focus. Why people don't like apples? There we go. So 6, 10, 7, 8, 10, 20. So we're at 820 out of 9. And I'm going to get to about, now R12, this was 900. And I'm going to stop right about there. maybe 10 more grams or so. The outside ambient temperature is so cold you can't really do a really good heat. I'm getting a little fog there. I'm gonna open up all the doors. What I need is one of those kerosene bullet heaters to blow hot air in one door and out the other door, to put a false load over the front of the car with one of those kerosene bullet heaters. Alright, where are we at? So now I completely opened up the doors to properly put a load over the system for test. And our engine is heating up more. I could feel that the thermostat has opened up, and I have a good flow of hot cooling going over the radiator, adding heat. And now the hot air, I can actually feel it now. It's hot air being sucked into the corral. So now we'll have a steady temperature at this side. And we are steady at 40 degrees and just staying flat. And let's go over to our pressure. Then we lost our tool. It timed out. Turn it back on, because they're always thinking about saving the batteries. Okay, do not look at anything here because there is no high side hooked up. Alright, so we're gonna call that a day, and it's the end of the night. It's like 7 o'clock, 7:48, and this was my last stop of the day. And I decided to experiment and play with a little while because I only live a little ways down here, and that's it for tonight. Alright, catch you guys later. Low side is staying at 24.5, pretty steady.